Jungle's the name for the moment, I guess, which we are. Even though I'm not disarming that name. I think that it's a name that we were proud internally to have. It's when it gets taken externally that people misinterpret what it is. But it's the same way as hardcore was, you know, it's on the front page of the Sun. You know, hardcore, great, summer splash, smiley t-shirt. Within 6 months, 7 months, media misinterpret, you know, then it's all the bad stories and stuff. You know, we get picked up and put down. Anything that's hip's going to be the same thing, you know. If we call it, you know, we'll call it another name tomorrow. That name will be great for that day, and later on, you know, we have pet names for things, you know. And jungle's the inner city jungle. That's where it's coming from. It doesn't mean jungle is back in Africa or anything else. Do you know what I mean? That's just basically a name that the media's taken, and we're quite happy with it as long as it doesn't get taken up by anybody else to misinterpret. You know, when you say jungle, you're talking about a wide spectrum of music. You know, when you say jungle, it's what, you know, whether you want to take it in a derogative way or a positive way. And as far as I'm concerned, you know, I never ever writ down my tracks as jungle because it's the same as graffiti. If I look at my canvases now, are they graffiti? But some people will say, in layman's terms, well, it's art because it doesn't look like that graffiti I've seen down the street on the bus shelter. But it's an embryo that's developed into an art form. In the same way that, you know, hardcore, jungle, breakbeat, whatever you want to call it, it's a music form that's developed, and it's just a new format of making music. Jungle, in that sense, to go anywhere in the world and be played anywhere in the world, it has to be unique. It has to be on its own. If it's any of the other things, somebody taking, you know, somebody's samples, taking it somewhere else, that can't stand up in Jamaica. It can't stand up in New York. It can't stand up if it's just a hip hop break speeded up. It can't stand up in New York either. You know, so it has to, you know, it has to be unique, and it is unique. I think a lot of people aren't really hearing what real jungle, what I would call real drum and bass jungle tracks are.
Jungle, I think, is one of the most progressive forms of music right now. A lot of the new breaks and beats, you know, really experimental with the DJs really cutting it up and really pushing forward.
Jungle, yeah, that breaks beats with speed up break loops with Donald Duck sounds on top, very fast.
Junglist music is the sound of urban youth banging their heads against the wall, and a lot of it is very, very good.